everyone. Alright, so welcome to week 28. That's right, week 28. I am officially in my third trimester and I just cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. It's so surreal to say that. I'm in my third trimester. It's just, wow. It baffles my mind that Jason and I were trying to conceive for 3.5 years. We were told by our doctor that we're more than likely going to need in vitro to conceive due to our diagnosis. And then 2 months after we get that diagnosis, we conceive naturally. And now I'm in my third trimester. It's just, I can't believe that. There's so many moments now are very real, you know, that this baby is coming and it's not abstract anymore. But when I say things like, I'm in my third trimester, that's very surreal. I just can't believe it, and I just feel so lucky, and I feel so lucky. There's no other way to say it. I just feel very lucky. So I'm 28 weeks tomorrow. I'm 27 weeks and 6 days today. And the reason that I'm doing this a day early is because Jason and I are actually going to be taking our baby moon this weekend and traveling away for 2 nights, and we could not be more excited about that. We would be excited to go on a little vacation regardless, but since we live with my parents, not that we don't love my parents, we're really excited to just get away and have it just be the two of us for a couple of days, and then that will be the last time that it's just the two of us before the baby gets here. So yeah, very excited. So my apologies if this is up a day early, but hey, better than being like 3 or 4 days late, right? Thought I'd be on the ball. So yeah, baby size. The baby started off this week as the size of a rutabaga, which I think is like a turnip. Last week I wasn't quite sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a turnip, and please correct me if I'm wrong about that, I'm not sure. And by the end of this week he will be the size of a squash. So he's just getting bigger and bigger every week, and it's just amazing to see. I love these like fruit comparisons. I'm really glad that they have those fruit comparisons, because it's just, you know, something to imagine when you, I don't know. Anyways, I love that. So, rutabaga right now, but by the end of the week he'll be a squash. As far as aversions and cravings, there's nothing that's any different than before. But there is one that I forgot to mention as far as a craving is concerned. And I'm going to put it right up there with lime pop as my like craving for this pregnancy. And I don't know why I like forgot to mention it. Just because it's like a staple. But it's something that's not good for me. And maybe I actually did mention it. I can't remember. But nonetheless, I'll mention it again. It is Sobeys, which is like a grocery store here where I'm from, in Canada. It's their like in bakery made gourmet chocolate chunk cookies. And we have a couple of Sobeys stores in the area that I live, but I can only buy them from this one particular Sobeys because they don't cook them quite as long, so they're not quite as dark, so they're just a little bit softer than the other store's cookies. So yeah, and I'm a connoisseur at this point of finding the perfect Sobeys chocolate chunk cookies, the gourmet ones, but they're delicious. And so I'm gonna say that as of this moment, the cravings for this pregnancy have been lime pop and chocolate chip cookies from Sobeys. But yeah, nothing else has really changed. I haven't gotten any new ones, and I haven't had any aversions to anything else. So, I mean, that's good. As far as symptoms are concerned, I have been having some symptoms. Last week I kind of went on a tangent about all of the uncomfortable symptoms I've been having, and all of the symptoms that I'm having now are still uncomfortable. None of the symptoms are fun. But the main symptom that I've been having is Braxton Hicks contractions. I wasn't sure at first that they were contractions. I couldn't really tell if it was like him stretching out and so that's why my stomach felt so tight, or if it was an actual contraction. I've been having them for a couple of weeks, probably around week 23 or 24. But again, I wasn't sure that I would call them Braxton Hicks contractions, but the past week they've definitely gotten to the point where I know that that's what they are. It's not because the baby's moving. My stomach gets very hard and it just feels tight, is the best way that I can explain it. But it's not uncomfortable per se. It's not painful. It's just my stomach gets hard. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not concerned about it or anything as of yet. And it's very common for women to get these contractions. Something else that happened this past week, which was a little bit on the scary side, is I had some spotting. And I was very scared when I saw it because I haven't spotted at all during this pregnancy. Not even implantation bleeding, nothing at all during this pregnancy. So when I saw that, I was concerned and I monitored it, but it was very light. It was red, but it was so light and it lasted for such a short amount of time, like less than 30 minutes, that it really didn't, I'm not concerned. I did call my doctor and she just, well, I talked to the nurse who talked to my doctor, and then I talked to the nurse. And she just said to rest and not do anything strenuous, obviously, which I don't anyways, because I'm pregnant and I can get away with not doing strenuous things. She just said to take it easy, and if anything should happen between now and next appointment, then I should come in or go to the emergency room. But I have an appointment with her this coming Tuesday anyways, on May 8th. So since it stopped and since I haven't had any, pain associated with it, that she's not concerned. So yeah, as of right now, I'm not spotting anymore. It was only that little tiny bit, and yeah, I'm just kind of taking her easy. I know I'm going on my baby moon this weekend, but we're really not going to be doing anything vigorous at all, and we're not going to be that far away from my doctor anyways, so if anything should happen, we'll just come home. It's not going to be a huge deal, so I want to clear your minds so that you don't worry about me over the weekend. What else? Just trying to think. Movement. He is kicking me just as much as ever. He loves to kick me in the morning and right before I go to bed, like I said in previous videos. But actually something that I wanted to mention that I was hoping to get some feedback from you guys is I feel a lot of kicks down below. Like I feel it in my private areas, or one private area, my private area, a lot. And, sometimes I get the feeling like he's kicking my bladder because I kind of have the urge to pee. I haven't peed myself yet, which is lovely. I do get kicks up top, but not nearly as frequent as how often I get kicked down below. So I'm thinking that he's favoring the breech position. head up and feet down, and that's why I'm feeling more kicks down below. I know that it's still early and he absolutely can turn around and stay head down and everything would be fine. But I guess to any of you who've experienced this, you know, where your baby's kicked you a lot down below, how many of you, you know, they stayed in the breech position and then, you know, didn't turn around? How many of you, you know, had their babies turn around and everything was fine? I guess I'm just wondering at what point I should start to be concerned about him not turning around and staying turned around. So any kind of insight information that you guys have on that would be really, really appreciated. My weight, since I'm a day early, I actually don't have my weight to share with you. I'm thinking that I've probably put on a couple of pounds, as per usual, but I don't have that. So what I'll do is I'll give you both this week's and next week's weight in next week's video, so my apologies for that. Other than that, there's really nothing else to update on. Yeah, so I will leave it at that. Thank you for watching, and we will cut and I will show you the belly next. Alright? Alright, so it is time for the belly shot. Alright, oh, you can see, look at all these baby hairs. Look at that. Sometimes they stick straight up, and that, they drive me nuts. Anyways, belly shot is more important than looking at my stray hairs. Ta-da-da! So this is 27 weeks and 6 days, but still it's close enough to 28 weeks. And that is it. Wow, I'm getting more veins and stuff through here. I haven't had any new stretch marks, which is really great. I only have the stretch marks that I had before I got pregnant, which is really great so far. I have this huge long vein that's been here since like probably week 6. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but now I got like more veins kind of coming along. I'm sort of starting to get the line here. It is so faint. I'm not sure if I'm going to get, I'm not sure how much darker it's going to get, to be honest with you, but it is there, just very faint. But yeah, that is the belly. Baby boy. Big baby boy. And this is actually a new maternity top that I got. It was 50% off at Time Maternity, so I snagged it. Super cute. So yeah, that is it for week 28. Holy crap, 3rd trimester. It's just crazy. This Monday, May 7th, I have an ultrasound, a follow-up ultrasound with a specialist. Sorry, I'm distracted by my baby hairs. Follow up with a specialist just to make sure that everything is okay, because if you remember at 20 weeks we got that blood test result saying that baby boy was at a higher risk of having spina bifida. We had an ultrasound and everything looked fine, and this is just an ultrasound just to double check that everything is still fine. So they're not expecting anything to be wrong, and I'm just excited to have this ultrasound because, you know, we'll be able to get some pictures, and you know, he'll be bigger than he was the last time we saw him. Last time we saw him was at 18 weeks and 6 days. So no, 19 weeks and a couple of days. My apologies. So that is this Monday, and then this Tuesday I have another prenatal appointment with my doctor. So I'll be able to let you guys know all about that stuff in next week's update. Until then, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next week for week 29. Oh my god. Alright, bye for now.